Welcome to this week's Dev Diary. Every week becomes harder and harder to make one of these without spoiling all the fun and revealing every secret. So this week I'll focus on other features. Like Julian mentioned in the last Dev Diary, this sprint has been all about polishing. In the game you are able to interact with NPCs in different ways. Sometimes they talk on approach, and sometimes they need you to talk to them first. To indicate to players which NPCs you can talk to, we have made a new crosshair change. Same as when it changes to indicate terraformable terrain, pickable objects, and others. It will now display a chat bubble when you are able to click on an NPC to talk. Of course, some NPCs will trigger quests when you talk to them, but they will let you know they are quest givers when you approach them. The way we have implemented dialogues on our game is very easy. We have done an Excel sheet where you put in a localization key or tag, then write down the contents of that localization key, in other words, the dialogue, and then you use the localization key you created and put it into the respective dialogue trigger. For example, this guy is the Townsguard chief and advisor of Tanath, and he currently says this. But I can go into the localization document, look for his key, and change what he says. In the localization document, we have also left columns that belong to a certain language. This will be filled by the translators of the game. Since we're already in the edge, I want to show you some cool quick updates. Daniel has done an amazing job at giving color and filters to every level, and some parts even have some kind of phasing. For example here, see how the color changes when I go out to the light? It's a small detail, but I think it's pretty darn cool. Also, we're always trying to make everything blend into the environment. That's kind of our motto, the environment is your weapon. So instead of having just loose rocks everywhere, we try to put in things that would make more sense. For example, look at that rock over there. You can see that it has some cracks on it, and the crosshair tells me it is pickable. I wonder what happens if I try to pick it up. Ha! Now I have pulled the rock out of it, breaking the structure apart. But this idea where the environment is your weapon could be somehow a double-edged sword. What happens if, for example, a player uses all the objects he has in his surrounding? What happens if he throws them away so far that he can't get it back or just breaks it? That could be a problem since it could leave the player in a state where he can't keep fighting. This is why we came up with certain objects that would help on that matter. These are the regrowable crystals. They kind of look like coral. You can pick a piece of this baby and use it as ammo. Of course, it breaks, but don't worry, it grows back. The only thing that could happen is maybe having too much. Then we have new trees and bushes, and we're working on making them move a little bit to give life to the environments. Also, cutscenes are starting to look better every day. Looks like Chris is having fun with sounds. Just hear out the noise Sarhul make when they are picked up. Ouch, that must have hurt. Well, this has been all for this week. I hope you enjoyed this Dev Diary. Don't forget to join the conversation in our forums, follow us on Twitter, and find us on Facebook. Have a nice weekend, and happy gaming!